I love recommendations. I collect recommendations. I have so many charts that I've gotten from 4chan and other places. I go on these boards, I go to Reddit, I go to different places. I look for recommendations. And what I've found that upsets me about recommendations is that so often a community will decide on certain things that they like, and they'll recommend those things to everyone on the board. But then over time, all the new people who come there, they just follow the recommendations. Like for instance, on the music board on 4chan, there's these certain albums that I've marked these because these are the ones I've listened to. There's certain albums that everyone knows and everyone recommends, and then new members show up and they listen to those albums, and those end up being their favorite albums. And then before long, everyone's favorites list, everyone's recommendation chart always looks the same. If you go on Mew and look at people's favorites lists, it's always a bunch of stuff that's in this chart because that's just that's what happens. The people come there looking for recommendations, so it's this endless cycle of people recommending the same stuff over and over and over. And while these recommendation charts can be very helpful and very cool, I thought, wouldn't it be nice if instead of having a community whose taste is shaped by the fact that they keep recommending to one another the same things that they already like, what if there was a community about recommendations? A community where the whole point is that people go out and find interesting stuff on their own, and then they come back and, whatever cool stuff they find, they recommend it to the other members of the community. So I started up this Reddit board called Rec Compendium, or the Recommendation Compendium. And the idea of this site, this community, is that you go out, you find things, and you recommend them here. Preferably things that maybe you don't think other people know about, or that haven't really gotten the time of day, that you haven't seen recommended by everybody else 1,000 times in the past, but things that you do think are worth recommending. So to set the example, I've gone ahead and made 3 recommendation posts myself. Each one, as you can see, the title says what medium it's a part of, so like book, music, film, etc. Then the title of the work, and if relevant, like who made it, like here's the Penguin EP by the band Coltar of the Deepers, or the book Fictiones, I don't know how to pronounce that, Fictions by Georges Louis, I'm not going to pronounce his name, I'm just going to ruin it. So, there's rules over here on the side for exactly what this board is about. Read through those before you post, but basically when you go to a post, it'll start off with just the genre tag. So as you see, I've put in bold that this is I put 4 tracks just because I think it's a point worth mentioning that this album is very short, so it's easy to listen to. Genre tags of what it's like, then at least 1 paragraph describing why I think this is worth recommending. Now, what I definitely don't want to see on this board is people explaining what these things are in like Wikipedia terms, like describing literally what it is or what the story is about, kind of thing. This is not a story thing itself, but in a case like here, Speed Racer, like I don't really describe the story of Speed Racer, I describe the appeal of Speed Racer. Why would you want to watch this? What kind of story is it thematically, or what will it make you feel and think about? What can you expect going into it? Kind of like a micro review, but the point of it is not to be a value judgment, but just to draw attention to it and let you know what you're going to be in for. Now, underneath the recommendation itself, I also put in, some other things that are kind of similar, that either if you consume Speed Racer and you want other things, or if you like these other things already, you might enjoy Speed Racer, And then also information on where the thing can be found. So in this case, there is no like free legal streaming, so I just kind of guide you on how to go about watching it. Whereas in other cases, such as in the Penguin EP, then I have actual YouTube links to some of the songs, a link to where you can buy it on iTunes, in case you want to seek out this thing immediately. Then also down in the comments, I've put further reading. So this is where I've got like my own analysis of Speed Racer, some other analytical writing from Film Crit Hulk Smash, who, this post in particular is what got me to watch this movie in the first place. I don't want people linking these things in the posts themselves because I want you to actually write a recommendation and follow the format. I don't want people to use this as a way to link out just to their review channel or something. If you want to put that stuff as like, further reading, you can put it in the comments. But mostly I want the comments to be about discussing these things. So if someone goes out and they read fictions by Borges, however the fuck you say his name, wow, this story was baller as fuck or whatever, you can type that in and have a discussion about it, or you can write a review or analysis in the comments yourself after having consumed the thing. But you can easily get what the point of this is. It's to have these very structured posts where people are just recommending cool stuff that they found, and then we can discuss those things if we consume them. And it's just all about finding and sharing cool stuff, as opposed to just, bolstering the taste that a community already has and sort of having that circular chain of recommendation. This is not about finding a consensus. This is not about finding the one thing we all recommend the most. It's about recommending as many things as possible so that we can really collect everything that's worth seeing out there in the world. So I hope you'll all enjoy it.